Let me ask you a question. What if I told you that most men don't lose their sex life after 55? They quietly push it away without realizing it. Not because they stopped caring, not because their bodies completely failed them, but because of one silent mistake almost no one warns them about. And here's the part that matters most. This silent mistake doesn't just affect erections. It affects confidence, connection, desire, and how a man sees himself in the mirror. Today, I want to talk about that silent mistake, why it happens, why it feels logical, and how to fix it in a way that actually works in real life. Stay with me, because if you're over 55, this may change how you think about sex forever. First, let's get one thing straight. Sex after 55 is not supposed to look like sex at 25. And that's not a failure. That's biology. But here's where the problem starts. Most men don't adapt. Instead, they keep using a younger man's definition of sexual success: hard instantly, perform perfectly, finish quickly, no pauses, no surprises. When the body doesn't cooperate the same way anymore, they don't adjust the strategy. They retreat. And that retreat, that slow, quiet pulling away, is the silent sexual mistake. The silent mistake revealed. The mistake most men start making after 55 is this. They confuse sexual change with sexual failure. Let me say that again. They confuse change with failure. So instead of learning how their body works now, they avoid situations where they might feel embarrassed, judged, or less than. They skip intimacy, they stop initiating, they joke it off, they say they're too tired, they say it's just part of getting older. But inside, there's frustration, there's grief, there's a quiet fear that this part of life is over. And here's the truth no one says out loud. Avoidance does more damage to your sex life than aging ever could. If you like what we do here, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your company today. We really appreciate your support. It allows us to release new content every week on men's health and well-being. Now, let's get back to our topic. Why this happens. Biology meets pride. Let's talk about why this mistake feels so natural. After 55, several things shift. Testosterone declines, slowly but steadily. Blood flow takes longer to respond. Arousal becomes more mental than mechanical. Recovery time increases. None of this means broken. It means different timing. But most men were never taught how to work with timing. They were taught to perform. So when performance feels unreliable, the ego panics. And here's where pride sneaks in. Many men would rather have no sex than risk imperfect sex. They think, if I can't do it like I used to, I'd rather not try. That thought alone quietly shuts the door on intimacy. The emotional cost. Now let's talk about the part no one warns men about. The longer you avoid intimacy, the harder it is to return. Not physically, emotionally. Because sex isn't just an act. It's communication. When sex disappears, partners start guessing. She thinks I don't desire her. He thinks I'm not attracted anymore. She thinks it's her fault. He feels ashamed but won't say why. Distance grows. Not because love is gone, but because nobody is explaining what's happening. And for single men, avoidance quietly erodes confidence. You don't lose desire. You lose trust in your own body. That's the real damage. And here's the surprising part. Most women are far more flexible about sex than men assume. They don't need perfection. They need presence. And that misunderstanding fuels the entire problem. The woman's perspective. Let me speak honestly, woman to man, for a moment. Most women are not keeping score on erections. They are reading energy. Are you engaged? Are you relaxed? Are you confident enough to stay present even if things aren't perfect? What pushes women away isn't change. It's withdrawal, silence, avoidance, emotional distance. Many women would choose slower, warmer, connected intimacy over fast, anxious performance any day. But they need you to be in the room. The real problem, performance anxiety. The real issue isn't erections. It's performance-based sex. Performance-based sex says, this has to go a certain way or it doesn't count. Connection-based sex says, we're here, let's see where this goes. After 55, performance anxiety, performance thinking becomes your enemy. Because your body needs more warm-up, more mental stimulation, less pressure, more playfulness. Pressure kills arousal faster than age ever will. Think of it like this. You don't blame the car for needing a warm engine in winter. You don't scream at the coffee maker for taking longer in the morning. But somehow, men expect their bodies to work like they're still 25 forever. That's not confidence. That's unrealistic expectations with a side of panic. Before we continue, remember this video is for education only. It is not medical advice. Always consult with your doctor or a medical professional before starting anything that could affect your health and well-being. Okay, that being said, back to the silent mistake that men over 55 make. What can men over 55 do? So how do we fix this? Step 1 is a mindset shift. Step 1, reframe sex. Sex is no longer a test. It's a conversation. Instead of asking, will I perform? Ask, how can I enjoy connection tonight? That single shift removes pressure instantly. Connection creates arousal, not the other way around. Step 2, slow down on purpose. The second step is intentional slowness, not hesitation, not fear. Slowness on purpose, longer kissing, more touch without goals, more time warming the nervous system. Arousal after 55 is like a dimmer switch, not a light switch. You don't flip it on. You turn it up gradually. And when you do, the experience often becomes richer than it ever was before. Step 3, talk before you need to. This one matters more than men expect. Talk before there's a problem, not during, not after. Say something simple. Hey, my body's changing a bit, but my desire hasn't. That sentence alone relieves pressure for both people. Silence creates fear. Honesty creates teamwork. Step 4, don't disappear. And finally, the most important step. Do not disappear. Don't pull away. Don't avoid touch. Don't stop initiating affection just because sex feels uncertain. Affection keeps desire alive. Avoidance kills it. You don't need to be perfect. You need to stay present. Quick pause. Before we continue, here's something worth knowing. If you've been feeling frustrated or even embarrassed about changes in bedroom performance, sensitivity, stamina, or desire, you're not alone, and it's not your fault. We've just talked about how performance anxiety is the silent killer of sexual confidence. But here's the thing. While fixing the mental component is crucial, supporting the physical side naturally can give you the foundation you need to break that anxiety cycle. There's a 100% natural solution that's already helped thousands of men feel confident and energized again. No pills, no injections, no procedures, no surgery, no risky shortcuts. Just a simple, easy home remedy you can make at home, designed to support what researchers are now calling the manhood molecule, a key factor for arousal, blood flow, and lasting power. This complements everything we've discussed today. When your body has the physical support it needs, it's easier to let go of that performance pressure and actually enjoy the moment. Find out more. There's a link in the description and in the pinned comment. Check it out. It might be the very thing you've been looking for. Okay, now, back to the silent sexual mistake. Most men start making after 55. Closing recap. Sex after 55 isn't about proving anything. It's about experiencing something. Depth replaces speed. Confidence replaces urgency. Connection replaces performance. The men who thrive sexually as they age aren't the ones with perfect bodies. They're the ones who adapted. So if you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. Your body didn't betray you. It invited you to evolve. The silent mistake isn't aging, it's withdrawing. Now watch this video for new ways for men to stay healthy, stay vital, and stay in the moment.